Welcome to Biology Crash Course Form 4 Chapter 7, where we talk about breathing in this video. Now in breathing there are 4 particular organisms that we need to remember for SPM syllabus. So first one is going to be human, where they undergo inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation, the intercostal and the diaphragm muscle will contract. By contracts it means that you see in the diaphragm, when it contracts it goes like dong. Relax, it just shrink up. Or let's see in this perspective, contract it goes down, relax it just shrink up. This is the lung, it's at this angle. When it is relaxed, it shrinks up. When it contracts, it goes down. So basically when you inhale, you want to create more space. So basically just remember all the actions that will create more space for our thoracic cavity. So with more space, this means that lesser air particle are in this big volume, such the air pressure decreases and the air rushes in. Now for exhalation, it's basically the intercostal muscle and the diaphragm muscle just relax. So when it relax, the space is a lot more smaller. So when the space is smaller, the pressure is higher and the air rushes out. That is for human. Now for insect, they do not have any blood capillaries, so they kind of just go through from the spiracles, which is like the whole the insect's body, and then go through the trachea and finally to the tracheals. Similar to us human, we kind of have the trachea, then tracheals as well. It's the same thing, trachea and tracheals. Then in insect, when it is inhaling, the abdominal muscle actually relax so that the spiracles can open. When it opens, the air pressure just, because of the difference in air pressure, the air just rushes in. While in exhale, it's like the abdominal muscle just contract and the air pressure just rushes out and the air goes out. Now the difference between here is like, in human we contract our diaphragm muscle for us to inhale. But in insect, they contract to exhale. Now, the way to remember is that you just remember that human, we are talking about lung. Insect, we are talking something like the stomach. So when you are like breathing, you kind of like contract your muscle. You just push your stomach in, and then the whole air will just go out, isn't it? Yeah. So that is with insect as well. You contract your muscle, you crush them, you compress them, and then the air rushes out. Now let's talk a little bit about the fish. Fish, you just need to remember the pathways from mouth to opercular cavity to gill to lamella. Quite a long pathway here. And when they inhale, they basically open their mouth, and then the buccal cavity, let's say this is a fish, and this is their mouth. And when they open their mouth, the buccal cavity is lowered, and then the operculum, which is this side here, is closed. So the mouth open and then the buccal cavity lower, operculum is closed. Because of the high volume the mouth has just created, the pressure is lower, water rushes in. Exhale is the same thing, the mouth is closed, the mouth is now closed, the buccal cavity is raised, but then this operculum is open. Yeah, operculum is the gill, that part. So the water just rushes out because the volume is lesser, pressure is higher, water rushes out. Okay, so the next thing, it passes through the gill, which is actually having the lamella, which is suitable for gaseous exchange. Now, whenever they ask you about all these kind of characteristics of lamella, just remember the characteristic of our alveoli, where it has a lot of blood capillaries, a large surface area, and then what else is moist, and basically all this basic stuff. And for lamella, you can have one more thing, which is the water current flows in opposite to the lamella. So it's like it crash and collide to all these breathing organs directly, and thus the oxygen can be transferred more effectively. Now, moving on to the next thing, we have the amphibians, where it goes from the nostril of the amphibians through their buccal-pharyngeal cavity and then their lung. They kind of like have a two cavity right here. This is the buccal-pharyngeal cavity, and here is their lung. So when they inhale, the nostril just open, and then the glottis is the connection between this buccal-pharyngeal and the lung. So firstly, glottis closed, the nostril open, so the mouth lower down, so there's more space here, the air rushes in. So afterward, they need to do the same thing to direct it to the lung. So this part here open, and here it pushes all the air inside. Yeah, as simple as that. Exhale is the same thing, but you see they just do it all in one shot. Just basically open the glottis, and then the lung contracts, and every single air is just pushed out that way. Okay, that's it for breathing.